Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Carolyn Coker-Ross, and today we're going to be talking about something you've already done probably, and that's New Year's resolutions. So if you've made a New Year's resolution, you're not alone. 60% of Americans make resolutions, and the most common one that 71% of people do is right up my alley. That's go on a diet and eat healthier. And then the second most common one, 65% of people pledge to exercise more. The sad news is that after just 1 month, only 25% of the people who made a New Year's resolution are on track to keep their resolution. And as time goes on, that number falls even more. In fact, only 8% of people keep their resolutions by year end. Well, why is that? We all start with such good intentions, but few of us actually try to determine if we're really ready to fulfill our New Year's pledge. So readiness to change has to do with knowing what resources and knowledge you need in order to make a lasting change successful. And I don't think most of us stop and think. We get all caught up in the excitement of the new year and making these resolutions and writing them down. And we think that's going to take us where we need to go. So let me give you just a short exercise to help you determine your readiness for change. So here are the list of the different stages of change. The first one is the pre-contemplation stage. Now with this one, you have your fingers in your ears and you're chanting la, 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 because you don't want to hear about it. You're either in denial or you don't even realize you have a problem. The second phase is the one of contemplation. But it's also a yeah, but phase. So that's where you say, yeah, I want to change my diet, or yeah, I want to exercise more, but I have to work and I don't have money to do this, or yeah, but something else gets in the way. So that contemplation phase is a yeah, but phase. You may be just feeling ambivalent about making the change, or emotionally conflicted as to whether or not you should make a change. So that's important to know, because if you are in those stages, it's unlikely that any resolution you make will really stick. Now let's get to the preparation phase. The preparation stage of change is you're really ready to stick your toe in the water. You may be collecting information. You may be talking to people about the change you want. You may be reading about things you need to know, or you may even be making small changes already. That's a good thing. And then finally, the stage of change called action, the action stage. You've already jumped off the cliff and you're ready to go. So you can't force yourself to change if you're not ready. So that's really important. I want to say it one more time. You can't force yourself to change if you're not ready. But there are some steps that you can take. So first of all, if you're in that pre-contemplation, that's the la, 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 try to rethink your behavior. Think about how your behaviors are affecting you and what the risks are if you continue with those behaviors. So those are behaviors like binge eating, compulsive overeating, food addiction, emotional eating. If those are behaviors that you're wanting to change, just start to think about how those behaviors are impacting your life, and that may enable you to be more motivated so that you can be more successful. If you're in that contemplation phase, you can weigh the pros and cons of your behavior and see if you can identify what's standing in the way. What are the obstacles that are standing in the way to you making a successful change? So I want to leave you with this. Preparing to make a change is also taking action. Most of the time we think we have to take these massive, big actions, when in fact, just getting yourself ready to take a change is also an action worth taking. Now, if you find yourself wanting and ready to make a change in your life, the Anchor program may be for you. We're getting ready to start our January program, and the group is looking very, very good. We meet on Zoom once a week for 12 weeks, and we're there to support you and help you remove obstacles and support you in achieving your goals. So if you're interested in getting more information about that, you can set up a free consult by just clicking on the link below. So it's really important that we assess our readiness for change before we make big New Year's resolutions, and recognize that getting ready is a step, that it's also taking action. So be sure and subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications, your notification icon, to get notified immediately to upload a new video. Thanks so much for being with me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.